I came to this tournament with high expectations, and you know, yesterday, starting in July, I knew what the path was going to be if I won that ranking tournament. And so, you know, I knew I'd have Yazdani in the quarterfinals here, and so I was preparing for, you know, him and trying to raise my training to say, what would it be like if, you know, if I got to beat Yazdani? So that was really my training regimen, and came to this tournament, fell a little short of that, but really felt like I'm closing the gap now, and you know, that's a big moment for me. Just, you know, these are guys that are wrestling in the finals that, you know, 6, 7 years older. Well, David Taylor, 6 years older. You know, as a guy that I love watching growing up, and now I'm competing alongside of him, and you know, going to be able to stand on that world podium again. It's exciting, and definitely had Paris in my mind. You know, I got a lot of family saying, when am I going to book my ticket to Paris? And so maybe I'll make that call after this, tell them to book it.
I think his Donnie match just a little bit, closed the gap a little bit. How did you feel about how you performed? What adjustments did you make? And do you feel like you need to do it big for next time?
Yeah, you know, first off, I'll say he's one of the best of all time. So going up against him, you know, I knew there's only a few guys you really got a game plan for. So he was somebody I had a game plan against, and you know, the first 50 seconds of the match totally just changed my game plan because, you know, he gave me a different feel than what I thought he would. Wasn't really punching underhooks, was kind of going more hard collar and just, you know, snapping me and pulling me off a lot. So I felt like I was happy that even without a game plan, I had to kind of throw that out in the middle of the match. I was able to still keep my composure, and there was a lot of moments where, you know, we're gonna have to go back and look because I gave up 4 or 5, you know, 1 points, push outs and caution. So I got to, you know, reassess. 1 takedown to 1 takedown. That was the win for me in that match. But you know, this is something that's part of the sport of freestyle wrestling is you can't get pushed out that many times. It's hard to win a match. So, you know, adjustment-wise, we got to go back to the lab, and hopefully, you know, those adjustments will pay off.
What was that final exchange with whatever, 15 seconds left? You're down for a little bit, you end up scoring. What are you thinking during the exchange, and then what are you thinking when you see the review afterwards?
During the exchange, I was actually happy you rolled me through. I felt like if I got up with 30 seconds left and I'm up by 1 point, it's going to be a lot harder to win that match just because, you know, I can leave it up to the ref. I still got to try to stay in the fight, but you never know when that caution and one will come. And so when he rolled me through, I said, all right, this is it right here. You know, I felt my leg half, and that's a position Sergey and I have worked so many times over. It's a position I love, so as soon as I got that leg half, I knew, like, I'm scoring points right here. And then I was going to eat up as much clock as possible. That's exactly what I did. I looked up and there's 11 seconds left. And I'm like, I turned him twice. I know I did. He's challenging. I'm going to get a point here. Up 4 with 11 seconds left. I'm feeling good there.
Myles, it's incredible, like, you know, not leaving the Paris quota to the playoff, right? Like, mentally, how satisfying it is to just win it with the bronze medal.
You know, I think that there was more to the match than just getting the qualification. I have an Olympic bronze medal, and you know, I'm so excited to go back to the Olympics, but the World Wrestling matters just as much to me. And so, you know, I'm thinking in my head, like, who cares about the Olympics right now? Let's get your first world medal right here. You know, I never really had experience on the cadet or junior or U23 stage, so, you know, never really got a chance to go to those. So this is my first world medal, and that's exciting, you know, especially looking at the field of 86. You know, this is a stacked field. I'm looking at, like, after the quarterfinals, how many Olympians, world medalists, you know, European champions are out, just flat out of the tournament. And so, you know, I'm happy with, you know, coming home with that world bronze medal.
Since the Budapest final with Kubeliev, and then the Zagreb final, then the Budapest final, and till now, how has your practice been, or training? Like, what have you just put in the room that has made it happen?
You know, I want to give a big shout out to, you know, Sergey Beloglazov, Sean Wormet, the whole Cliff Keen, you know, coaching staff. I think we brought, you know, a tremendous amount of high-level wrestlers into our practice room, welcomed them in throughout the, you know, 8 weeks training leading to the Worlds. I got to go to Poland for a 2-week training camp, so, you know, just the resources at my disposal allowed me to have that confidence going to the tournament. Funny thing is, I actually wrestled with an Uzbekistan guy for a whole week in August. He's their U23 Asian champ, Aziz Faizullayev, and So I got that Eastern Asian feel, and it's a very different feel than what you see in the U.S. with just a lot of counter scoring, a lot of upper body. So I felt like those weeks like that really prepared me for that moment out there.
San Marino's wrestling would always remember Myles Amine as the history maker at every stage. Does that make you feel a lot prouder?
Yeah, I mean, you said it right there. I think that was part of the reason why, and not just Myles Amine, but I think just wrestling. You can't have my name without. The most important thing is where did I win the medal? Wrestling, right? And so just to bring wrestling to such a remote part of the world where they probably would have never been exposed to it. And now, I can go there and kind of teach them the lesson, or, kind of pass on the lessons that it's taught me, and just be able to, hopefully grow wrestling around the world. Because U.S. is obviously, we live and breathe it, but a place like San Marino, just to kind of have a grassroots movement there and be able to start the sport up, that's something special.
Cheers, man. Congratulations.
Cheers. Nothing for him?